Hi, my name's Branson West. I'm a criminal defense attorney here in Utah, and my sister Brittany called me and said you guys were talking about the defense of insanity in criminal cases. I wanted to know my opinion, and I told her I personally haven't had the opportunity to use that as a defense. But mental state is a significant issue in quite a number of criminal cases. And I'll tell you about two of them that I've been dealing with recently. The first that I was thinking of was a young man who came into my office, and he had been charged with a DUI. What I found out and what the police didn't understand was that he was a schizophrenic. He wasn't and shouldn't have been guilty of a DUI. What he had was a mental issue that made him appear a little bit different than some people. And as I discussed this with the prosecutor and we talked about, showed him his prescriptions, his doctor's note, and we talked about his condition, the prosecutor agreed that mentally it wasn't the same kind of a situation as somebody else who might have been charged with a DUI. Now, ultimately, civilly, he may be liable for some of the consequences that happened, but he wasn't guilty of a crime. The other case that she and I talked about, I've got a case that's going on right now where a woman's being charged with a number of things, felony counts from destruction to a jail cell to assaulting a police officer, resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, public intoxication, and so on. The truth of the matter was, she was at a house. A police officer came in on suspicion that she might be suicidal, which wasn't true at all. But the truth of the matter was, she was having a bit of a chemical imbalance, was causing her to act significantly different than she normally would. In fact, it caused her to black out. She doesn't remember what happened. Apparently she called the police officer a whole bunch of filthy things and spat on him, kicked him, and kicked his equipment, computers and radios and who knows what else. But the truth of the matter is, she doesn't remember any of it, and it's far outside of the norm for how she normally acts. This had a lot to do with her medications, with a mental problem that was going on at that time. The doctors didn't yet have under control. At the end of the day, should she be responsible for, civilly for taking care of the radio, the equipment, those kinds of things? Absolutely. Is she guilty of a crime? I think that's a different story. I don't think she's guilty of a crime. So I guess when I look at it, Brittany said she wanted me as an attorney to tell you my opinion on mental illness as a defense. I think it's an extremely valuable thing. I don't think we should be prosecuting people for crimes when they aren't mentally capable of understanding what they're doing. That doesn't mean they shouldn't be responsible civilly. They shouldn't have to, it doesn't mean that they shouldn't have to pay for, the damages that they've caused.